Welcome back. How did you get on with the challenges? I'm going to show you a couple of solutions now. There is no right answer, and with code there's often lots of different ways to achieve the same thing. But I'm going to show you some of the ways that you could solve the challenges. So the first challenge, bringing the blue discs back to the blue goal. Using the example from the introduction video, we're going to energize the magnet and drive to the first disc, which is using the grid squares, the 200mm grid squares we know is 2, 4, 6, 800mm away. We then need to turn around. You can turn left or right for 180 degrees and then drive forwards the same amount back to where we started. And then we can energize the magnet to drop the disc. And then we need to turn back around again 180 degrees, doesn't matter if it's left or right, to be facing back the way we came, so 180 degrees. We then need to drive forward to the second disc, and using the grid squares again we can see it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1200mm away, so 1200mm. Now I can just basically duplicate this code. So if I right click on the top block and click duplicate, it gives me a duplicate of everything below that point. And remember, we need to travel 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so 1200mm. So I change my 800 to 1200. And the same here for the return journey. And then I can attach that to the rest of my code. So we've got a longer sequence. And then I can copy the same block of code again. So I'm going to right click here and duplicate. And we need to now go to the last disk, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 1600mm away. Change my distances to 1600mm, 1600mm, and connect this to the sequence. And then I can run my code. So the first disk was 800mm away. We're now getting the one that's 1200mm away. And finally the one that was 1600mm away. So that's one way to solve the first challenge. There are other ways to do it as well, and some of you might have noticed that there's other blocks that include sensors and control blocks, which include what we call loops, so iteration, repeating the same set of instructions over and over, and also what we call selection. So let's try a different way of solving the problem. So I'm going to reset the playground so that all the disks are back. And this time, we're going to use a sensor to detect this disk. And our robot has a few different sensors on it. On the bottom and on the front, we have what's called an eye sensor that can detect objects. If I go to my sensing control panel, and I'm going to use the down eye near an object. So let's just test this first before we build some code with it. I'm going to use this block here, drive forward. Now you'll notice the difference between this one and this one that we've been using previously is with the second one, we need to tell the robot exactly how far we want it to drive. But with this block, it'll just drive forever until we tell it to do something else. And in this case, I'm going to say drive forwards. And I'm going to use the wait until block. Drive forward and wait until the down eye is near an object. And then when it is, I want to stop. So now when I run this, the robot drives until it gets to the object, and then it stops. So in this case, I energize the magnet to boost, drive forward until we get to an object, and we pick it up. I can then turn around, just like we did before. But this time I'm going to drive back, and you'll notice at the end of the playground is a wall. We have a wall all the way around the end, and I can use my distance sensor to detect that wall. So in this case, I'm going to use the front eye being near an object, so near to the wall. We're going to drive forwards, and again use the wait until block. Wait until the front eye is near an object. Then energize the magnet to drop the disc. I'm going to turn around. No, sorry, I'm going to reverse. I'm going to reverse away and leave the disc behind so we can see it being placed. So let's watch what happens when I run this. First of all, we're driving forward, and at the moment we're stuck on this block until we find an object. Turn around, and then we drive back until the eye gets within a certain distance of the wall, and then we leave our disc behind. Now the great thing about this code is it's not relying on any specific distance to travel to get to a disc. It's just driving until we arrive at one. So the great thing about this is if I turn around after I've dropped that last disc, I can repeat the same code over and over to go and get all 3 discs. So in this case, I'm going to use a repeat loop. And the repeat loop has a parameter here, which is a number of times that we go round the loop. I'm going to change this to 3 for the 3 discs that we need to collect. And then I can place this code inside the loop. So what this code is saying is that I'm going to repeat this same set of instructions 3 times. The first time we go round the loop, we drive to the first disc and bring it back to the wall. The second time we go around the loop, back to the top, we keep driving until we get to the second disc. And again, bring it back until we get to the wall. And then the third time we go around the loop, we collect the final disc, and bring it back. Now, if we're doing the second challenge, we can then use this same code to collect the other discs as well. But this time, we need to turn and drive to the next point. And again, we can use the grid lines to do this. So we know that the next point here, from where we are, is 2, 4, 6, 800 millimeters away. So after I've repeated this 3 times, I can turn to the right 90 degrees, they'll face me this way, drive forward 800 millimeters, which will put me here, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then turn left 90 degrees, and I'll be facing ready to go for the next 3 discs. Now I don't need to duplicate this code because I need to do all of this 3 times to collect the 3 sets of discs. Now this code won't be perfect, and you'll see why at the end. But I can put this inside here. So this repeat loop, the one we originally had, is to collect the 3 discs. And this repeat loop is to make sure we do all 3 columns. Let's give it a try. So just like before, we're going to collect all 3 discs in the blue column and place them in the blue goal. Then once the last disc is in the blue goal, we'll exit this loop and drive to the next goal. And then repeat this loop again 3 times, which will get the 3 red discs. Now, can you see where this code is going to go wrong? Rather than let this run through, I'll leave that one for you to take away and play with and see if you can improve the code so that it collects all 3 rows perfectly and that the robot doesn't crash into the wall at the end. Thank you for taking part in the Forces STEM Challenge. I hope you've enjoyed it and we'll go on and keep investigating, testing and having a go in the future. We hope to see you at the Forces in STEM event.